The players will take towards the centre of the court. Two teams tied level in the standings with a playoff ticket on the line here. One can book their place in the postseason with a win. Joventut there with a win if Cluj-Napoca lose tomorrow. Ahead of tip-off in all of the EuroCup and EuroLeague games this week, we will have a moment's silence and show our respects and honour the many lives lost in yesterday's earthquake in Turkey and Syria.
Sisplau, us demanem silenci per un moment de reflexió i respecte en memòria de totes les víctimes del terratrèmol que han afectat Turquia i els països veïns. Que descansin en pau. Please stand silently for a moment of reflection and respect in the memory of all of the victims earthquake that struck Turkey and neighboring countries. May they rest in peace. Un aplaudiment.
Our thoughts with the people of Turkey and Syria at this very tragic time. This is a rematch of last season's round of 16 tie that saw the underdogs of all upset the top seed here in Badalona. And certainly not underdogs this time. The Germans arriving as one of the hottest teams in the competition. Aim to become just the second away team to win here this season. Joventut aim for revenge by doing the season double over the team that knocked them out a year ago. Possession lost and then recovered by Tomic. To the home team, start with the ball. Tight defense straight away. There's a long way to go in 5 seconds. Threads the eye of the needle. Tomic has the moves and the score. And to Tomic, the 35-year-old veteran centre, two-time All-EuroLeague first-teamer, showing his calmness and composure and skill set in the paint. Brandon Paul, an excellent three-point shooter, can't show it. 22 of 41 from downtown coming into this game since arriving 6 games ago, returning to the EuroCup from China. Tomic, an excellent passing big man as well. Runs interference, it goes the other way. Vives for 3. Rebound Yago, and he can move. Yago looking to go coast to coast after the behind-the-back dribble. Foul by Vives. Just 23 years of age, Yago dos Santos. His first year, not just in the EuroCup, but in Europe, after moving away from his native Brazil. He's averaging 12.2 points, a league third best, 6 assists, but over the last 3 games, he's up to 16 points, 9.7 assists, 1.3 steals, and just 1.3 turnovers. Last week, he had a career-high 11 assists and 2 steals with just 1 turnover. Shooting 88% at the foul line. Makes them both hit. Baseline opens up. There's that man again, getting his geometry spot on. And to Tomic. Too easy that time for Joventut. The Ulm offense has to step up. Yago, the orchestrator of the offense, pulls the trigger on a 3 this time. And that's the danger of his quick first step. Big man, Tomic has to stand off him, invites the shot. Yago is shooting the ball well on the outside this season. The smallest player on the court at 175 gets a rebound. There's the behind the back. And the three for Brandon Paul, who wasn't going to miss two in a row, shooting at 54% so far. Again, they get into the paint, far side. Darting past one, past a second, and scoring Kyle Guy. That's your Farm Ulm not hanging around. Lovely pass from Ante Tomic. The centre lighting the fuse, and the informed forward Joel Parra detonating the dunk. Yago, the penetration and the pass. Three-point shot, Clay Pice misses. Two well-oiled offenses trading blows early on. Targeting that far side of the floor again, though. Joventut Badalona. First foul on Ulm. Perfect pass from Tomic. And from Yago. 2 assists already for him. Andres Feliz. Kyle Guy. He's been in excellent form. Tomic too far away for his liking. Guy into the lane. Too long into the hands of Yago again. Finding himself right place, right time. Yago. 2 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds in 3 minutes. 2.5 minutes. Yago this time using the high screen. Guided by Feliz, fellow South American. Into the lane, nice pass to the corner. Ball movement from Ulm. Onto the corner again, Clay Pice. Beautiful Ulm basketball. Thomas Clay Pice with the three. After the pass from Paul. Ulm showing their fluidity, their cohesion, their confidence on this excellent run. Parra into the paint. Tomic back into Parra. Couldn't convert over the top of Paul. Ulm yet to score on the interior from a 2. They're 2 of 5 on the outside, make it 3 of 6. Robin Kristen this time. 3 threes from a couple of different players already. In fact, our stats late to update 4 threes for Ulm. After this one from Kristen. And 3 assists for Yago in 4 minutes. Clay Pice has knocked down a couple on the outside already. Paul and Kristen knocking down 3s as well. Tomic wants to go to work and stuck to by Caboclo. What a battle that will be. Tomic has 4 points already and an assist. Trying to take it at Caboclo, who was not budging. Those two centres are in the best form of their season so far. Tough shot, long range too. They'll crash the boards, and Tomic short, unlike him, from that distance. And then Paul saves it, crashing into the advertising board. Yago saying, keep up with me if you can. He wants a foul, doesn't get it. And then a foul the other way on Kristen. That's 3 on Ulm quickly now, just across the midway point of the first quarter, but they lead by 6. The points have dried up for Joventut.
Nick, buen bloqueo para Ante, ¿vale? Andrés, saca tú, ¿vale? Vladi, aquí, Kai, when the ball is here, Andrés, corner, Vladi, good pick.
Let's go, coach.
Yannick, vete, Kai, cut, y luego mano a mano, after, back screen, ¿vale?
Joventut looking to get the offense moving again off the back of the timeout. Feliz. Kyle Guy can score in spurts. Tomic stripped of the ball, not what they wanted. Off the back of the timeout, their first turnover. The offense is hitting a few hurdles right now. Brandon Paul. Iago wasn't ready for it and holds his hand up apologetically. And off the back of the first turnover from Joventut, the first turnover from Ulm. Kyle Guy averaging 18.3 points a game over the last 3 games. Tomic onto Feliz, goes baseline past Iago. Little floater from Tomic, too long this time. One was too short before that, after he started the game well. The personification of his team. Frustration for Robin Kristen after the nice interior passing, the foul on the floor. Brodzianski in the game for the first time for Joventut, returning to the team. Having played in the EuroCup with them last season. Moved away to join Partizan in the EuroLeague, and he's re-signed a week ago. 3-point shot, Paul. Well, they haven't yet scored a 2-pointer. They've only taken 1 2-point attempt in the game, and they're 4 of 8 now on the outside. A battle for the boards, trying to grab it. Kristen recovers it. Nunez, 18-year-old point guard, down the floor to Yallo. Yallo into the paint. Eurostep move didn't get the better of Krag. The 20-year-old Dutchman doing a good job on defense. Tomic puts it on the floor. Quick move for the 35-year-old and followed up by Brodzianski. He is back. He's taken just a few seconds to score again in a Joventut uniform. Nunez to Kristen. Shot clock down to the final few ticks. Tough shot, fading away. Long range 2 doesn't go. And Joventut have stiffened up on the defensive end. And now they're looking to move it swifter on the offensive end. A foul on Caboclo. That was Ulm's last foul to give in this first quarter. Little push from Caboclo. Tomic will go to the bench and get a well-deserved break. Big Ander on the floor. The man who did so much damage to Ulm back in Germany in round 5. 5 block shots. Feliz. An offensive foul. And the Dominican international, Andres Feliz, throwing out the other arm. Nunez guarded by Feliz. Caboclo, he gets free via the screen. Caboclo attacking strong. Frustrated with himself for not completing the field goal conversion for a chance at a three-point play. Foul on Birgander.
Falta personal, Birgander, primera.
Now it's Anton Gavel's team who are a little dry on the offensive end. They had an 8-14 lead around about the midway point of the quarter. In fact, only just over 4 minutes in, so that's their first couple of points in around 3 minutes. 6 is the lead again, though, because Joventut are also struggling to score. Zianski. Birgander up against David Fuchs, another teenager. Feliz versus Nunez. Gets in middle and scores with the layup. Nunez a little soft defensively. His move on the offensive end. Feliz tough defensively, forces the long range fade away too. Not a good shot. Yellow bails them out on the boards though. Nice play. Slipping it into David Fuchs. Taking away one defender, almost opening a space on the perimeter. But the foul. Brendan Paul working with Fuchs. Takes it from the elbow, fouled on it. He'll go to the line for 2. Joventut have certainly tightened things on the defensive end. Those free-flowing shots that we saw from Ulm in the opening 4.5 minutes have completely dried up. There are only points since then coming from the foul line. Anton Gavel's team are 4 of 4 at the stripe. And Paul looking to keep them perfect. So despite facing some tougher problems over the last 4 minutes or so, they've been able to maintain their 6-point bit of breathing room. Final minute of the first quarter. Fuchs looking to stick with Birgander. Feliz off to Birgander. Shakes free, and he'll go to the line for 2. Now, Ulm feel there might have been a travel there, but the foul came first. This is Joventut's first trip to the foul line in the game. Birgander recovers from missing the first, hit the second. Plenty of movement in the offense from all. Play Pice, Nunez. Nice play, although it's blown by Fuchs. Feliz will slow it down. There's only a 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock at the end of the first quarter, so he will take his time. fairly prodding and probing. Remaining patient. They lose it, picked up by Beergander, who can't put it in. They've got to release it here from centre court, slipped out of the hands of Juan Núñez. And that will do it for a low-scoring first quarter here in Badalona. Two teams who put up above 80 points a game on average, but at the end of one, just Joventut 13, Ratio Farm Ulm 18 here in round 14. And all of Joventut's points have come on the interior. Only 6 of 17 from the field altogether. All of Ulm's points have come on the perimeter or from the foul line. The largest lead has been 6 on a couple of occasions for Ulm. The two offenses were moving rather smoothly the opening 5 minutes, and the next 5 minutes it completely dried up. The majority of points coming from the strike. Tomic hit his first 2 shots before missing 4 in a row. Points at a premium here in Badalona so far tonight. And you see the differential in the offense in terms of where the points have come from. Joventut have grabbed 3 offensive rebounds to Ulm's 1, been able to make the most of those second chance opportunities on a couple of occasions. It's made up for the fact that they've had 1 extra turnover. And they rarely lose in front of these fans, but these fans were heartbroken by Ulm last season. In the round of 16, Joventut arrived as the top seed from Group A. Ulm arrived as the 8th seed from the other group and left with a win. And since then in this competition, these fans have been rewarded with 5 wins from 6 this season.
Comencem el segon quart amb Relive, Vives, Parra, Rodzianski, Diante, Tomic.
One of the other teams in that 3-way tie for second, Borg, the only travelling team this season to leave here with a win. Núñez. Play pass from Yallo. Fuchs running out again, plenty of movement. Núñez pulls Fuchs out again. Up high, don't forget about me. Far side, says Josh Hawley. The defense sleeping on Hawley, and he exploded to rock the rep. And then a turnover on Joventut. So the largest lead of the game at 7, and Ulm a chance to respond to it. Credit the coaching of Anton Gavel as well with that offensive half-court set off the back of the restart. Clay Pice. Núñez. Six assists for Ulm now to just 3 for Joventut in this game. Yallo. Fuchs back to Núñez. Couple assists for the 18-year-old point guard. Looking for another. Always a free player. This time, Hawley off the mark from distance. Joventut chasing shadows at the start of this second quarter. A miss from the returning Grodzianski. Núñez up high. Hawley flying again, able to recover the handle of the ball on the way down. Fans don't like it. Núñez, on it goes. 3-point shot again. They've got 5 threes. This one from Karim Yallo, his first score. So Ulm with the first 5 points of the second quarter. And their lead is 10.
Falta personal, primera.
5 of 10 on the outside now. And the Hawley alley-oop wasn't an emphatic way to get their first 2-pointer of the game. And Tomic is back in business, 6 points for him now. 2 makes, then 4 misses. And he scores again. Yallo, he wants to take it at Parra in that head-to-head matchup we highlighted for you. He feels he was fouled, I think. Now Parra's turn. Badalona looking for back-to-back baskets to close a 10-point deficit. They turn it over. Too many turnovers right now. A couple in this quarter already. Ulm have only turned it over once in the game. Oh, the interior thread of the needle. Offensive rebound, Hawley. Some lovely passing, first from Nunez and then from Caboclo. And Hawley's made a big impact since coming in. And there's the embellishment of it. Turnaround 3, Clay Pice off the mark. Vives. Just invites Brodzianski to shoot the 3. Offensive rebound, Tomic. Slips it inside, foul on Hawley.
Dobla, cambia la peña, descansa Brodzianski y Tomic. Entra a pista Emerson y Biergander.
Biergander back in for Tomic. Brodzianski's out as well. Parra versus Yallo, help defense from Nunez. Felice taking it to Clay Pice, and coming across on the cover was Hawley. Continues to have a big impact, but that time they can't turn the big defensive play into points on the offensive end. Josh Hawley with the block now, the high flyer at both ends. This one has remained fairly low scoring despite the uplift on the offensive end for Ulm at the start of this quarter. Kyle Guy back out, Biergander. They're working really hard, Ulm, to block passing lanes and to disrupt shots. Offensive rebound really helping Joventut out right now. They grab their 5th of the game. They're shooting just 7 of 18 from 2 and 0 of 3 on the outside, Joventut. Really need to make the most of these second chance opportunities. They're not typically a good offensive rebounding team. Ellenson up against Christensen, or Kristen rather, Ellenson. Foul by Kristen. 2 fouls on Kristen now. Clay Pice and Hawley also have 2 fouls for Ulm. Nobody on 2 yet for Joventut. Ulm have got into real foul trouble to the limit already, just over 4 minutes in this second quarter. That will give Carles Duran's team a chance to try and get to the line for the next 6 minutes until half-time to chip away at what has been a 10-point deficit. No mistake, Vives. So he takes it down to 6. They've got the last 4 points. They've taken a long time to do so. Ulm on a real drought now. Paul. Defense not budging as he wanted to shoot the 3. Nunez puts it in, glancing off the glass after he gets past Kyle Guy. Some precious points for Ulm, back up by 8. Risky pass far side. Birgander versus Caboclo. Drew their help. Kyle Guy off the mark for 3, and they're 0 of 4 on the outside now. And Yango's been reintroduced to the game to try and inject some life to the Ulm offense. How about the attempt at the showtime from Yago, but he can't complete. Caboclo, his fellow Brazilian, able to back him up on the boards.
Falta personal, Vives, segona. Temps mort a pista.
Caboclo's been comparatively quiet so far, after dominating his 4 previous appearances in this competition. That offensive rebound might just get him going.
14, you got number 16, okay? Let's go ear 2. Okay, so we involve number 9. Number 9 into the pick and roll, all right? Let's get it. So you got to set it. You're going to have the ball. You're going to bring it, so we go to your right side, all right? 4 is going to set a screen here and hit it. If it's not there, just slip it and you can attack. Depends where number 9 is. Ear 2. Ear 2. Second one. Hey, second one, we're going to go twirl. 4-man's going to be the first screener. So 4-man's going to be here. 5's going to be here. 1's bringing the ball up here. 2 and 3, okay? Regular twirl. Go set the screen, pick and pop. Hey, pick and pop right here. If not, if you don't have anything, pass to you. Guy's gonna cut, lift, pass, and now it's a back screen. Okay? And then in the end, pick and pop. You go dunker spot to dunker spot, and then it's pick and pop in the end.
They call switch with me. So I'm not gonna set screens, I slip it, okay?
But the first one, okay, we involve number 9 in that pick and roll, all right? So if he's guarding you, you're gonna hit it, okay? So we can get the screen. If he's guarding you, you're just gonna slip it.
Let's go.
If we make it, we keep doing that. If not, we're gonna run here 4 with him.
Okay.
Because he's guarding Baelens.
Energy on 3, 1, 2, 3. Energy, here we go, good job, good job.
We've seen Anton Gavel very proactive in his coaching in these early stages of this game, looking to draw something up to get Ulm back up by double figures. Such a well-oiled, functioning offensive unit in this set of talented young Ulm players. Caboclo has got to the foul line off the back of grabbing that offensive rebound, so he will get them into a 10-point lead. They're a perfect 7 of 7 at the line. Precious points in a game where field goal percentages have been low. Paul's not happy, picking up his second foul. Ulm have been at the limit for a while already. You could understand how he's not happy. There's a slip from Kyle Guy on the baseline. so sure that Brandon Paul did too much wrong. Now Kyle Guy at the line. Precious points for Joventut. Remember, this was low scoring when these two teams met back in round 5, but Ulm have caught fire since then. 5 wins in their last 6. Paul gets free for the 3. Can't make it count. And jumping into the passing lane, Nunez checks the rearview mirror, and flying through is Paul after the perfect pass from the talented teenager. 4 assists now for Nunez. Guy goes baseline, back to Beergander. Working hard to block the middle. Bruno Caboclo, now 3-on-2 fast break. Yago doesn't hesitate to take the 3. The 3s have dried up right now, otherwise all might have been out of sight. Guy looking to inject some pace into the Joventut offense. He's done well over the last couple of minutes. Former NBAer, made 53 appearances with the Kings and the Heat. Nunez, he's been pulling the strings. That time draws the foul from Guy, his first. Guy now with 6 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Brandon Paul up to 7 points. He's the top scorer now in the game off that lovely assist from Nunez, who's the top creator in the game with 4. Here's Paul again up against Guy. Little up fake. Defense didn't jump. Paul with the miss. Oh, swatted by Caboclo, who says to Ellenson, no way through. Yallow stripped to the ball. Defense dominant here in Badalona tonight. Feliz trying to save it. Stepped on the line and turns it over. After the hard work on defense, gets undone. (54-68) the score when these two met in Germany in round 5. Ulm led by 5 points at half-time in that game, and then they were held to a club record low 19 points after half-time. Just 6 in the third quarter. Yago on the flyby. Clay Pice to Kristen for 3. Misses. Rebound Yallow. Darts through a gap. Ceiling put up, though, by Beergander. Beergander, who was a one-man SWAT team back in Ulm in round 5, getting his first block of tonight. Yago, dazzling dribble. Caboclo back out. Kristen, corner 3, misses by a long way. And now Feliz. Nice pass. Guy waits for the flyby, sends his opponent into the front row. Can't hit the shot. They're still ice cold on the outside. 0 of 6 now, Joventut. They get the offensive rebound, though. Tough shot, won't go. Nor can they grab the offensive rebound that time. Two sets of players really trying to pick up the pace, but still not picking up the scoring. Clay Pice slows it down here. Calling the play. Yallow on the burst into the lane. High off the window, will go to the line for 2. Free throw shooting absolutely critical right now to establishing a strong position in this game.
Temps mort a pista.
Both teams have only made 8 field goals through the opening 19 minutes. We'll go to the benches here for a timeout with just over a minute to play in the first half. Badalona 21, Ulm 29.
Andrés, tenemos dos jugadores. Vamos a fintarle, ¿no? Vamos a hacer algo diferente, ¿no? Albert, ¿puedes ayudar al rebot defensiu, si us plau? Venga, Andrés, estamos renunciando a tiros, nos estamos metiendo aquí y aquí no estamos sacando nada. Albert, treu tú, ¿vale? Andrés, screen for Kyle and after try to win. Vamos con velocidad, Andrés. Simon, bloqueando. Henry. Kyle y Albert. A ver si podemos sacar ventaja ahí, ¿vale? My mistake. Henry. No, Albert, ya lo están tú, ¿no? Albert aquí. Y if no is possible, go to handoff with Kyle. Simon, persigue, otro bloqueo, ¿vale? Venga.
Stand up.
Carles Duran in his 7th EuroCup campaign. Returned to the competition 3 seasons ago after a year away. Led Bilbao for a couple of years before that. Valencia back in the 2014-15 campaign. Bit of a headache right now, trying to get the offense truly up and running. Joventut average 83.7 points a game. Just 21 closing in on half-time here. And Ulm back ahead by 10, tied the largest lead. And they're a perfect 10 of 10 at the line. So close to a third of their points coming from the stripe. Little push shot won't go down, nothing will right now. Big End has missed both of his shots. Yago. Oh, lovely pass. And Hawley able to hang, to reel it in and to rock the wreck. Josh Hawley clocking up the air miles in Badalona tonight. Yago with his 4th assist. And Hawley his 2nd hammer. And then Felice, punished with the offensive foul, turns it over. This could be a tough final minute. And a tough night for Joventut. And that time, Clay Pice not on the same wavelength as his teammate. Felice! Oh, what a huge block! Bruno Caboclo says no go, and Hawley in transition with some more hang time. Caboclo slamming the defensive door, and Josh Hawley hammering home the point that Ulm are the team on top right now. The lead has grown to 14. 3-point shot for Ellenson. Puts a silver lining on an otherwise dark cloud of a half for Joventut. And they trail by 11 at half-time. But it was 14 a few seconds ago, with Ulm putting their foot firmly on the gas and threatening to pull away. And they've given Joventut a taste of their own medicine after being held to 19 second-half points in the previous meeting between these two. Joventut held to 24 in the first half here. This is not like this Joventut team. 8-5 this season, but 5-1 here on home court. 24 points in just 20 minutes. And they've been over to the scorers table, the officials, with a bit of housekeeping. They're going to have a look at So 3.3 on the clock. One more chance for Ulm. It's enough time, especially for Jago. He heaves it from a long way out, though. And that will do it for a pretty impressive first half for Ulm. Anton Gavel's team struggling to score at one stage, but then igniting the offense again towards the end of the second quarter and going up by 11 points. Joventut 24, Ulm 35 at the main break.
The score and increasing the advantage. Tell us about this first half.
It was a good first half for us defensively. At the same time, you know, they're a great shooting team. They missed some shots, so we got to turn it up on the defensive end next half.
Thank you.
Brandon Paul, the top scorer in the game right now with 7 points. He's hit one on the inside, one on the outside, and 2 from the stripe. And we've got a really good spread on the offensive
Kyle,
end.
Really tough first half from the very beginning. Tell us about.
Yeah, just not making shots. We're getting good looks. Rims are a little tight today, so just keep playing our offense, play better defense, and shots are going to fall.
Thank you.
He's one of 2 scorers on 6 points for Joventut. Kyle Guy alongside Ante Tomic. They've had some good looks on the perimeter. That shot from Ellenson in the final few seconds was their first made 3 of the game. Joventut, so they're just 1 of 7 on the outside. Ulm have taken more 3-point attempts than they have 2-point attempts in the game. They've knocked down 5. Not at a particularly impressive percentage, but still 4 more made 3s than their hosts, as we see the line on those 2 respective top scorers for their team. But beneath the 7 points of Paul, they've got 6 each from Clay Pice and Hawley, 5 from Yallo, 4 from Caboclo. It's been a real team effort on the offensive end for Ulm to force them up to 35 points. Had a bit of a push. 10 of those 35 points have come perfectly from the free throw line. This one started with plenty of points. Then we saw a long drought. Ulm were knocking down plenty of early 3s. Hardly any points scored the last 5 minutes of the first quarter. And then they picked it up again, Ulm, at the start of the second with that high-flying finish from Hawley. Found their range again as well. Tomic only 3 of 7 from the floor. Hawley with a big block on the defensive end. 4 blocks for Ulm. And the youngsters are really stepping up. Jago and Nunez both with 4 assists. The talented young point guards. Kyle Guy doing well to try and get Joventut's offense moving again. Beergander with a block. But Ulm, after stretching the floor with their 3-point shooting early, then getting out in transition as well, and starting to score in the paint. Ellenson, the first 3 of the game for Joventut. So they're just 1 of 7 on the outside. Ulm 5 of 16. Joventut with 3 extra 2-pointers. But Ulm getting to the line to make 10 of 10. Ulm are 5 of 6. They've also committed double the turnovers of their guests here tonight.
Niziol inside, he can throw it down as well. Jacob Niziol. There's a bit of attitude in that dunk.
Oh, baby! Are you serious? Makovic connects with it. Adams throwing up the lob.
Inside Burns, the reverse, no, the stuff in and the foul for Kenny Gabriel. Burns missing on the reverse, Gabriel swooping, scoring. they put versus sport of the sword here as Dos Santos finds Caboclo for the easy finish. And that surely must be that.
Over the top and the throw down, great pass, and Tyreek Jones flying high.
He just looks comfortable against Wallace to me. That is very nicely done though. Wallace finds Evans on the alley-oop and he slams it down on reverse. What a play.
Big finish. Josh Sharma, the Tower of London.
Pass and Allen is blocked out of it by Baldwin. Oh, Andre Baldwin taking no prisoners there. This is going to come back down the other way. The alley-oop finished with a flourish by DJ Stevens. That's brilliant transition work from Prometey. The block from Big Baldwin. Agada hangs it up and Stevens says thank you very much.
Grant inside, what a play, goodness me. The second alley-oop from Tyreek Jones, and again it was Jurian Grant throwing the ball to him. That is outstanding play, what athleticism from the bucket-sized hands of Tyreek Jones. He throws it down, and that should be the game.
Feliz, talk about nowhere to go, swatted away by DJ Stevens.
Onuaku just finding it easy inside the paint there. Onuaku in the post, he works his way inside. Onuaku using his muscle again, and what an easy 2 points for him. Strength for that shot by Onuaku. He's been impressive this evening. Lead scorer at the moment, Backwell. Onuaku, 22 points, 8 of 8 inside the arc, just missing that 1-3 and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. PIR of 35.
Welcome back to the Panel Olympic de Badalona. 24-35, the home team trail at half-time. They've been held to really low percentages, and Ulm's three-point shooting and perfect free throw shooting has given them what has been a 14-point lead, cut briefly to 11 by a first made three of the game for Joventut right at the end of the second quarter. Ulm with 10 assists, just 4 turnovers in the game, but their defense has been most impressive. They have the 4th worst defense in the competition. Ulm concede 86.2 points a game on average. Just 24 points for Badalona here at half-time. Brandon Paul, your top scorer in the game, more than halfway towards his season average with 7 points. As a group of players on 6, Kyle Guy and Ante Tomic lead the way for Joventut, but Clay Pice and Hawley both on 6 as well for Ulm. These fans haven't had much to cheer so far this evening. Remember, they've only lost once here all season in this competition. It was to Borg, who are alongside these two teams, Joventut and Ulm, in a 3-way tie for second, just 1 win off top spot. winner of this one will tie level on wins with the group leaders Prometei until they play tomorrow. But Ulm, the team in the driver's seat right now and looking to make it 6 wins in their last 7. And 4 straight wins. It was at that point, at the start of that run, that Brandon Paul arrived on the team. He's played 7 games, including tonight. He might win 6 of them. Bruno Caboclo playing his 5th game for Ulm. Those 2 arrivals have really changed their fortunes, put them in the conversation in terms of a potential winner of this competition. If young players can mature through the course of the campaign. Brandon Paul, one of the more experienced players at the age of 31, the American, who's got experience up in the top-tier EuroLeague and over in China, coming back to the EuroCup this season. Josh Hawley making a big impact. Got some excellent three-point shooters like Thomas Clay Bice. We've seen Juan Nunez, the 18-year-old, and Iago dos Santos, the 23-year-old, 2 point guards, who are capable of taking this competition by storm, sewing together those other offensive weapons. Joventut won't be too dismayed by their showing on the defensive ends. 35 points for the opposition at half-time is not bad at all. But on the offense, it's just not happening. An average close to 84 points per game. Remember, they have the best three-point shooting percentage in the competition, over 40%. They're just 1 of 7 in this one. They have the 4th best two-point shooting percentage in the competition at 58%. They're just 8 of 23 tonight. They also have the best free-throw shooting percentage in the competition. They've done okay in that regard tonight, 5 of 6, but Ulm have made twice as many.
Coach, is it about keep going or are details to try to do better?
I mean, offensively we got to keep going, but defensively we got to do a better job rebounding the ball and protecting the paint, and make sure that Tomic's not going to hurt us in the second half.
Thank you.
Yeah, for Anton Gavel's team, that perhaps a big area that he will want to solve in terms of the amount of offensive rebounds they've given up. 6 at half-time for Joventut. Important second chance opportunities for the home team. But apart from that, he will be delighted. To get some reaction from Carles Duran as well, head coach of the home team, Joventut Badalona.
Coach, what's a way to try to come back in the second half?
Try to improve in offense is clear. In defense, the word is the turnovers, no? Defense so-so, but the key is in offense. If play very bad is the team he has points, sure, no? Try to play with calm and try to play better, sure.
Thank you.
Well, you feel it could only get better for his team. They have to start making their shots. They do have to move the ball better, though. 5 assists with just 8, or rather 5 assists with 8 turnovers. They have missed some open shots, but they haven't been able to get scorers in rhythm. Confidence low on the offensive end. And that after a promising start in which they pounded the paint. Got a couple of early buckets for Ante Tomic and a dunk for Parra. Joel Parra limited to just 2 points. Over the last 6 games, he's averaged 18.2. These fans will hope to give their team a boost in the third quarter. Remember, the third quarter was key when these two met in Germany. In round 5, Joventut trailed by 5 at half-time in that game, and then held on to 6 points in the whole of the third quarter. And that time it was their defense that really stepped up. And this time it's their offense that has to step up if Carles Duran's team are to turn this one around. Start the second half with the ball and an 11-point lead. Clay Pice. We've got multiple creators on this team. Clay Pice averages 3 assists a game as well as the 2 young point guards we've talked about. They lose it here. And blocked off underneath by Caboclo. He blocks the pass that time. Such a powerful presence in both paints. Bruno Caboclo. 3-point shot, poor. Rebound grabbed by Brodzianski. There's the encouragement from the home fans. Can their team, one of their biggest stars, give them something to shout about? Tomic, left with the freedom of the perimeter. He won't shoot the 3, but his teammate will. After missing their first 6, they've now knocked down back-to-back 3s to get back in business and back within single figures. Joel Parra with his first on the outside, shooting at 56% from 3-point range this season. And Paul, who does most of his damage on the perimeter, that time darting into the paint to answer back. Vives. Tomic slips it in. That's the problem when you leave him free on the perimeter. He's such a good passer. He might not take the outside shot, but he'll find a teammate. Too much room for Ante Tomic. And now a chance at a 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Brodzianski. We're only playing with a 9-man rotation in this game. 5 of them have 2 fouls, but nobody on 3. Paul blocked off by Brodzianski. Yago. Clay Pice. Yago. Deep 3 over the top of Tomic. Yago dos Santos fighting fire with fire. Joventut started to knock down 3s. Yago answers back. It's actually his first field goal of the game, having missed his previous 5 shots. Kyle Guy. Now both offenses are starting to find their flow. Paul Christen lost flight of the ball. Joventut play their way out to the press. Guy off the crossover, free for the 3. 3 in a row now for Joventut. Yago looking to work with Caboclo, catches it on the way down, can't put it back up, suffocated. Can he grab it in between 3? No. And here come the home team. Vives looking back out. Guy for 3. Not that time. It brings the streak of 3 in a row to an end, and Yago finds Paul. Yago, deep 3, will show them how it's done. 2 in quick succession for Yago. He's getting further and further away from the basket. He's up to 8 points, 4 assists and 7 rebounds. Go figure that one out. The top rebounder in the game by a distance right now is the 175-point guard, Iago. And now he's starting to score as well. Cancelling out Kyle Guy. Still positive signs for Joventut on the offensive end. Iago, he's got the hot hand, and Badalona are getting burnt. 3 straight threes from Iago dos Santos. The lead up to 12. And he's up to double figures in a flash. Paul adamant there was a travel. It's a turnover anyway, and then a foul. And they're asking for it to be unsportsmanlike, almost like a clothesline from Vives. Let's have a look. They wanted the travel there. Iago got it anyway. Was there a legitimate attempt to play the basketball? Well, who is going to stop Iago? Kyle Guy heating up for Joventut. He's up to 11 points, but so too now is Iago for Ulm, as well as 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Such a special young talent, the Brazilian, only 23. Playing like he's played in Europe his whole career. In fact, it's his very first season on this continent. They are checking this foul from Guillem Vives.
Ya cambia la peña, descansa Guillem Vives, torna pista, Andrés Félix. Som-hi, Olímpic, defensem. Som-hi, 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 som-hi.
Iago just looks so comfortable in the second tier of European basketball. So much responsibility in the offense. Kristen for 3, got it. Off another assist from Iago dos Santos, who's pulling the trigger, pulling the strings, and pulling Joventut apart. Starting to become a triple-double threat, Iago dos Santos. And Ulm have their largest lead now at 15.
Joel, on estàs avui? Play back screen. Pass the ball. Cut Brandon Paul. The last player, ready to help. Come on. Venga, queda mucho partido, pero a Iago habrá que defenderlo. Vigilamos presión. Joel, treu tú. Sí. Ante, ayuda a Andrés y luego Kyle. No, Andrés. Kyle. Ante. Jugamos puño abajo, ¿vale? Kyle, one side, other side. Pass and go, ¿vale? Joel y Kyle allí. Venga, a ver si nos ponemos a defender.
This is looking like the best offensive quarter of the game for Carles Duran's Joventut. The problem is, it's also looking like the best offensive quarter of the game for Ulm. .15 is their lead now. Feliz. Iago doing the dirty work on defense as well. He's got the 1 steal on the stat line, as well as putting up plenty of numbers in all the other categories. He's yet to turn the ball over. He's just been ultra efficient. Maybe his shooting wasn't first half, but it certainly has been here in this third quarter. And on the other end, Kyle Guy has been the scoring machine for Joventut, but he misses that one. Midway point to the third. This could get ugly for Joventut. Iago directing traffic. Felice, an athletic defender, but Iago blazes past him. Finds Christian in the corner. Christian bumping bodies with Felice. There's that good defense. And he grabs the ball off the back of it. And doesn't want that Ulm defense to set. Nice pass to Parra for 3. They need it, but their main man can't give it to them. Iago, he's not going to hang around. Puts a foul on Parra. Just draws so many fouls as well, Iago, because he's so explosive, so diminutive, but dynamic. He's not just third in the league in assists in his rookie year, he's also 5th in assist turnover ratio, so he's doing it efficiently. 3 assists per turnover. And that is only improving week by week. Caboclo, foul down 1. Ulm bullying Badalona right now. And they're hitting them inside and out. And the 2 Brazilians are taking centre stage. Out goes Brandon Paul. Caboclo at the line. That's 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals and 3 blocks for Caboclo. 18, the largest lead now. Ellenson blocked off. Caboclo there again, suffocating the paint. But if at first you don't succeed, try again. Henry Ellenson with some important points for Joventut. Iago working with Hawley and Caboclo as well. As the mismatch perhaps on mobility now up against Ellenson, looking to blaze past him to the basket. Ellenson not giving up hope. Sends Iago sprawling over the baseline. Keep up with me if you can, says Iago. Ellenson up for the challenge. But they will upgrade to a 3. An Ulm lead by 19. An answer back in a flash. Picked off by Hawley. Kept in bounds as well. The game could really get away from Joventut over the next couple of minutes if they're not careful. Iago again fancies his chances. You never know when he's going to drive or pull the trigger from distance. That time he misses. The home team have to take advantage of it. They can't. And Hawley protects his backboard from Brodzianski and Ellenson. Iago is hurt. That's a big concern for Ratio Farm Ulm, not just for tonight, but for the remainder of their season. It's on that 3-point attempt. He goes down. There didn't seem to be any interference with his landing space from the defender. And this does not look good for Iago dos Santos. He was threatening to take on the challenge of trying to get a triple-double. 11 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 steal and 0 turnovers in just 18 minutes on court. It remains to be seen whether he can continue. It doesn't look like it tonight. He's going to hobble away to the locker room. But what damage might be done for the rest of the regular season and into the playoffs for Ulm? Straight after their main point guard hobbles off injured, they turn it over. Only their 7th turnover of the game. Joventut can't afford to show any sympathy. They need to answer back hard. 13 minutes to play, down 19. Parra. Goes at Yallow. Shot falls short. Ulm's defense has been excellent. And that's going to be unsportsmanlike, as it was he pulled back from the opposite side. Regular foul called on Andres Feliz, his third personal. Let's have a look at this foul again. Maybe not. But Joventut are at the foul limit already. It's looking tougher and tougher for Carles Duran's team to try and turn this around. They are going to go and have a check. My first instinct was that was not a legitimate attempt to play the ball. And this might put the game out of sight before even the end of this quarter. Ulm are getting closer and closer to officially punching their ticket to the postseason. But will they have Iago dos Santos when they get there? One of the most exciting young players in the whole of the EuroCup. Let's hope, for their sake and for the neutral's sake, that he is not as injured as perhaps it first seemed. Joventut Badalona are badly wounded right now, and the inquest goes on. The unsportsmanlike foul called on Andres Feliz. Carles Duran feeling like this is a night where everything's going to go wrong for his team. They're now down by 20. Pauly. That's an offensive foul against Caboclo. It's about as good as it could have been off the back of the unsportsmanlike for Joventut, who only turn it into 1 point. Now the comeback has to start pretty soon. From 20 down, 12.5 to play. They could do with this going, and it does. Joventut have given themselves a chance. That will lift the atmosphere. It should lift the intensity on the defensive end as well. Yallow, however, will cancel it out. Karim Yallow, cold and clinical on the perimeter. He's made both of his threes, and Ulm, as a team, have made 11. A three-point shootout. Joventut missed, but grabbed the offensive rebound. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. They'll take one from the corner after moving the ball nicely. And that one good for Vives. Back within 17 again. A little cause for optimism around this arena. Pauly. Clay Pice with Caboclo trying to get him free. Clay Pice a little off balance on the three, misses it. Offensive rebound, back out. Caboclo's going to take one, and he misses as well. That's not Caboclo's game. Can they get back-to-back baskets and really close this gap now? Anton Gavel senses that this is an important juncture in this game. The final minute of the third quarter. If Joventut get a couple of scores and a defensive stop in between, it's very much game on again. If Ulm can win this final minute of the third, they've built themselves a significant safety net. If Joventut get a couple of possessions closer and give them not just the extra points, but I think a huge psychological shift in their favour in this game. Parra for three, knocks it down. They've closed the gap from 20 down to 14. Now they'll focus all of their energy on defence. Nunez, a free path through the paint to place to the basket and score. Juan Nunez now taking on the responsibility with Yago injured. So Ulm back up by 16. Players going down off the ball. Paul backing into Parra. Didn't know he was there, I don't think. And the foul has been called on Parra. So a turnover. That sucks the life, the limited life that this arena had left. Basket here for Ulm would feel huge. Nunez, the show and the go, and the pass. Christensen, sidestep three off the mark. Rebound Tomic. 10 seconds, still plenty of time for Joventut. And they draw the foul, although Ulm still have another one to give. 7.3 left in the quarter. Paul picks up his third foul and goes out. Vives into Feliz. 5 to shoot. Clay Pice all over him. There's that last foul to give. Clay Pice recognising the situation in terms of the team foul limit. Playing tough, playing hard, keeping a hand on his man, letting him know that he's there. Nothing given up easy. Now they can't afford to foul. And Clay Pice goes out. He picks up his third. Caboclo also has 3. Only 4 seconds for the shot. They get a good shot. Vives for 3. Badalona looking to bring this one back from the brink. A series of downtown bombs over the last few minutes has made it game on. From 20 down, they have closed the gap significantly. At the end of 3, Joventut 48, Ulm 61. Well, after a low-scoring first half in that one, the two offenses caught fire. In the third quarter, combining for 50 points. Yago igniting the fire for Ulm with 3 straight threes. Kyle Guy was the guy for Joventut for a while. He leads them with 11. Yago leads Ulm with 11, but has since got hurt. Caboclo doing well in a number of categories, especially on defense. Badalona, after just 24 points in the first half, had 24 in that quarter. The problem is, Ulm scored 25. So their lead has been as many as 20, but it stands at 13 heading into the final 10 minutes. Badalona couldn't buy a bucket from long range in the first half. And their first 3 came in the final 5 seconds of the second quarter. They've now knocked down 7. Both teams struggling on the interior, so focusing their resources on the perimeter. Although Ulm have taken far more shots on the outside, making 11 of 27. now look at this. Iago dos Santos is back on the floor. And he seems to be moving okay, although he's beaten by the floater of Ante Tomic. That was a battle he was never going to win. 217 centre over the top of the 175 guard. Here goes Iago, testing out the mobility. Ulm and Iago have survived a real scare there. It looked as though he was badly hurt. Nunez darting but not getting the drop. So Joventut off the back of that Tomic score cut it from 20 to 11. And Tomic then fouled by Kristen. This game is very much alive. Threes closing the gap for Joventut, and now they'll turn to Tomic on the interior. Pushed out by Fuchs. Felice. Tomic's ability to command attention on the interior, opening up space on the perimeter, and Parra pouncing. Listen to this place now. Iago, the pass, the miss from Fuchs though. Three-point shot again. Short this time from Vives. And Felice then grabbing the loose ball. And they recover it with Felice. Guarded by Iago. Joventut with real momentum right now. Tomic, the head fake, puts it on the floor, swivels into the double team. Great help defense from Yellow. Still Joventut possession though, albeit with only 0.1 left on the shot clock. So that defense might well be decisive in terms of this particular sequence. Tomic really hoping to build momentum. He commanded the attention that time. Left space on the perimeter. And Parra starting to feel it. 3 of 4 from downtown now. They missed their first 6 three-point attempts. They've since knocked down 8 of their last 12. The officials at the monitor again. And just checking the clock, presumably, to see if any more time needs to be added to the 0.1. Indeed, there will be. And there will be enough time for Joventut here. Especially if Ulm sleep on defense like that. Parra in behind, not missing a beat. And from 20 down, Joventut to within 6. Nunez leading the offense right now with Iago on the floor as well, the 2 creators for Ulm. Static 3, air ball from Nunez. This game has turned. It was a 20-point lead with just over 2 minutes of the third quarter to play. Baseline burst knocked away. Final touch called off Hawley. 39-59 was the score with 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Anton Gavel trying to figure out what's happening right now. Kyle Guy for three. Rebound, Hawley, absolutely crucial that Ulm protect their backboard off those misses. Yago fouled hard. He's already been down hurt once in this second half. There's 2 fouls on both teams now here in the fourth quarter. Vives, bit of a hip check. That's 4 personal fouls on Vives. Clay Pice around the frame of Caboclo for three. All of those sharpshooters have had their radars knocked askew. Tomic. And Parra, the pirouette, and the point, and one! As he glances off the glass, and Joventut are back breathing down the necks of Ulm. From 20 down, a chance to make it a one-possession game. Time to check on your 7 days magic moment. The high flying of Josh Hawley. But since then, Ulm have been emphatically grounded. Nunez with 1 of his 5 assists. Hawley with 2 of his 6 points. How badly Ratio Farm Ulm could do with some of that offense now. It is an 18-2 run in favour of the home team over the last 5 minutes. Remember, this is a young Ulm team. Do they have what it takes to hold off this rally? From a team backed by their fans here in Badalona, riding a huge wave of momentum right now on the Spanish coast. Yago, the 23-year-old, taking on the responsibility and missing. Tough shot. Feliz can't convert. I beg your pardon, before the timeout it wasn't an and one opportunity. I thought that Parra was fouled on that nice move that closed the gap to 4. So 4 remains the margin, but Joventut a chance to get even closer here. The comeback has happened so quickly. 7 minutes is a long time for Joventut to continue to ride this wave of momentum, but also time for Ulm to sort it out and turn it around. It is now a 20-2 run. Yago again, the ball handler. Clay Pice now. Onto the corner, Hawley. All need anything but a turnover. Parra attacking, Eurostep, score, and they're back level from 20 down. A comeback that's taken just 5.5 minutes. A 22-2 run. Yago stops the drought. The little man taking the responsibility in the land of the giants. Ulm back ahead. So much could happen now in the next 6 minutes. Joventut turnover. Just for a moment, a little bit of wind sucked out of their sails. A 22-2 run over the course of around 5 minutes of play. Until that basket from Yago. Parra for the tie. He's up to 17 to lead all scorers. Yago, 13 to lead all. Clay Pice, open three. Rediscovers his range. Thomas Clay Pice now 4 of 8 on the outside. And Ulm have rediscovered their mojo. A timeout call by Carles Duran on the Badalona bench.
Queda mucho tiempo, hemos recuperado. Vale. No estupes turnovers, Henry. Bien. Venga. Ladi. Perdón. Joel. Sí. Ante, ayudas. Andrés y Akai, ¿vale? Ladi, vas por Henry. Venga. Hemos vuelto, tranquilos. Está bien que defendamos bien. Hay que defender bien. Cuando están jugando estos bloqueos, Andrés, alguno puedes hacer un under. Porque él quiere velocidad.
Quiere atacar muy fuerte.
Klepes and Brandon is a great shooter. Sí. Venga, no overhelp.
Jugamos desde el lado, desde la esquina
Sacamos.
contraria.
Andrés, corremos, ¿sí? Ante, puño 4, ¿vale?
Estic jo a baix, estic amb Brandon.
No, Ladi abajo, Kai y Joel abierto.
Make it 5 minutes and 33 seconds for Joventut to overturn a 20-point deficit. But they're now down by 5 again. Ulm getting the last 5 points after Joventut has scored the first 13 of this 4th quarter. Tomic gets them back within 1 possession. He's up to double figures now, 10.6 rebounds. This has been a crazy second half, and there's still a long way to go in it. Now 15-5, 4th quarter in favour of the home team. Yago gets it back from Kristen. Yago with the footwork draws the attention of the defence, and Paul burns them from the perimeter. Yago commanding so much attention. He's been the key coming back into the game for Ulm. He looked like his night might be done after that injury in the 3rd quarter. Tomic, the trademark head fakes and finish. 12 points for Ante Tomic now. Closes what had been a 6-point gap. Yago has scored a basket and facilitated 2 baskets. A direct hand in all of Ulm's points in this period. Yago, deep 3 over the top of Tomic. What a night Yago dos Santos is having. Doing absolutely everything. 16 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 0 turnovers, and surviving a huge injury scare. But Ante Tomic is looking to battle back for Badalona. 3 straight scores for him. It's one of the all-time ultimate veterans versus perhaps one of the all-time great rookies at the moment. And Tomic, right on cue, takes it off Iago. And Feliz will put it in. The very first turnover of the game from Iago dos Santos as Tomic took the ball from him. Now the two main protagonists in this remarkable storyline here in Badalona in this second half. Tomic turning momentarily from hero to villain. Iago's been called from a technical foul, so you could say the same about him too. It's Iago's reaction afterwards. And that was the previous one. I'm not sure if Tomic kicked the ball. I think that's what Ulmer's saying. And this crazy second half just gets crazier. That's the technical, knocked down by Parra. He's up to 18 points now. Joventut back within 2. They've got 21 points, make it 22 now, in fact, in this fourth quarter already. Caboclo draws contact, the basket won't count. He's saying it should, but he's got to be careful, they don't want another technical. Let's just catch up with the foul trouble. Vives has 4 for Badalona. Feliz has 3, nobody else with more than 2. Brandon Paul has 4 for Ulm. And they've got Kristen, Kleipes and Caboclo all on 3. Joventut have 1 team foul left to give. Iago for 3, not that time. So Joventut can look to get level again, or maybe this time take the lead. Parra for the lead for the first time in an eternity. And from 20 down, and now Joel Parra has 21. Listen to this place shake. They're doing it now on offense and on defense. Back-to-back turnovers on Iago, having not had any the rest of the game. Final 3 minutes, Feliz almost turned it over, recovered and put in on his second debut for the team. Brodzianski with a big score. Joventut have turned a 20-point deficit into a 3-point lead with 3 minutes to play. Timeout Ulm.
Leave the refs alone. Yes. Leave them alone. We worry about what we're doing on the floor, not about what it calls and everything like that. Just calm down.
The more aggressive teams don't get the calls. Come on, wake up. Be mentally tough.
Hey, let's go into the orange 2 out of that, okay? Orange 2, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna set it, okay? One's gonna be here, 2 here, and go like this. Set it, boom, go down here, and now, boom, we go this one. We go this one, pass, if nothing, 1 more here, all right? And then look inside if you're not, side pick and roll. Defensively, if they run this one, fist 3 in Spanish. In Spanish, we gotta communicate, we gotta call small. If he goes downhill, we feel small get with a big, and then everybody to the rebound. All right, let's go, come on.
It's a huge timeout for Anton Gavel, the rookie head coach in the EuroCup, telling his young team to calm down, to worry about themselves, not the officiating. Carlos Duran's Joventut have given them plenty to worry about. Joel Parra in particular, 21 points now. think he had only 2, perhaps at half-time. Iago, play pace, skip pass. They can't save it far side. Clattering into the seats was Paul. Able to recover to get back on defence. Open spot. Brodzianski forces it far side, gets it back from Guy, lost it under his legs. Still recovered the handle on the ball. Can't flip it up and in. Christian needs to try and grab it. Jump ball. It doesn't feel like just a one-possession lead for Joventut because they have been all over Ulm for the last 10 minutes of play. Parra, favourite, wins it, finds a teammate. Guy behind the back, trying to shake off Clay Pice. Shot clock down to 3. Is he aware? Parra, of course he is. Short though on the shot and grabbed underneath by Caboclo. Now will Ulm stay calm? Iago guarded by Brodzianski. Blazes past. Travel though on Iago, who's committed all of his turnovers in this fourth quarter. Several times he's blazed to the basket. And the big has done their job underneath the rim. Joventut are the team, not just with the lead, but with the rhythm, the confidence, the bit between their teeth. Ulm have scored just 11 points in this fourth quarter. Joventut have 27. Guy, long range 2, knocks it down. Everybody fully loaded and firing here in the fourth for Joventut. 5 is their lead. The first time they've been up 2 possessions. Iago will just keep on coming at them. The whistle before the basket. Iago fouled by Guy. After Guy had taken his tally to 13. And the team's tally to 29 here in the fourth quarter. Ulm needs somebody to step up. Caboclo will have at least a chance from the stripe. He's got 7 points tonight. 5 of them have come perfectly at the foul line. Now would not be the time for his first miss. Tomic comes back in. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. Caboclo 6 of 6 at the line. Needs this one to make it a one-possession game, and he gets it. 96 seconds to play. Joventut by 3. Ulm pressing high, trying to force a turnover. Very nearly doing so. Players are clattering into advertising boards and seats here. And it's a battle in Badalona for a place in the EuroCup playoffs. Felice to Tomic. Trademark floater falls over the top of Caboclo. 16 now for Ante Tomic. Iago misses. Travelling too fast. And you have to admire his mentality. But he's not turned those drives into points here in the fourth quarter, Iago. A score here for Joventut would come close to sealing it. Guy swivels, hand in his face. Too long. Rebound, Yallo. Floor opens up now. 3-on-2 fast break. Yallo wide open. 3-point shot short. He's had a really tough time. And Brandon Paul fouls out. And a chance now with Ulm at the limit. And Joventut at the line to make it a 3-possession lead. The foul on Paul was on the offensive rebounding attempt, classed as a defensive foul. So it sends the opposition to the strike, but Parra misses the first. So it will remain a 2-possession game. Paul's frustration palpable. Fouls out on 12 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. But only 4 of 10 shooting. 6 is the Joventut lead. They are very nearly there. And north of 30 points in this quarter now. Anton Gavel will feel like Ulm have thrown this one away. Jago just going through the gears again. Passing this time to Christian. The 3 doesn't go. They were dropping earlier. Clay Pice for 3 to keep them alive. No. Offensive rebound. No. Felice got there. And Joventut surely now are going to get there. Felice turns it over. Quarterback pass down the floor. They need 3s, really. The 2 closes it to 4. Yellow up to 11 points. And it's not over yet, but Joventut have one hand on the win.
Joel, full court, ¿vale? Sí. Andrés. Guillem, my mistake, Kyle. Guillem. Henry. ¿Vale? Clear. Andrés, bloquea ciego. ¿Vale? Henry, ¿sí? Guillem, Andrés, ven a buscarla. Kyle, go, Guillem, aquí al mig.
Andrés, si recibes, voy a cortar.
Joel, et pots moure una vegada. The first, Henry Andrés, luego aquí. Después, Joel, líneas de passe, Guillem, t'obres.
Yo, Kyle, sí,
Carles Duran's team have scored 32 points in this 4th quarter. 56 in the second half, after just 24 before half-time. All they need to do here is get the ball in, not turn it over. And they can get fouled, go to the line to try and seal it. Ulm covering options, trapping in the corner, there's the foul. They will spend the whole of the flight home trying to figure out how on earth they've not won this game. Ulm. A 20-point lead with 12 minutes and 11 seconds to play. And that picture tells the story. Players hanging their head on the bench, heads in hands. Crushing feeling of so much hard work thrown away. It'll be just the 2nd defeat in 7 games for Ulm. Joventut will protect their home floor fortress and move to 6-1 here this season. of these fans would be forgiven for leaving at half-time. Their team were just not at the races. But in the second half, they have raced away. $22 for Parra, 16 for Tomic, 15 for Guy. The team defense has forced a heap of turnovers on Ulm. Nine of Ulm's 13 turnovers coming since half-time. The shooting percentages have plummeted here in the fourth quarter. Points have been so hard to come by. Yago passes out, Yallo passes on. That would have kept them breathing at least. Joventut Badalona with a comeback for the ages. From 20 down in the last 12.5 minutes to win it by 6. And they will be in the postseason if Cluj-Napoca lose tomorrow. More importantly, I think for their ambitions, they tie level with the leaders on 9 wins, and they get revenge for being knocked out of the postseason last season here by Lazio Farm. They do the double over the Germans this season, and they put themselves 1 win ahead and also take the tiebreaker in the battle for top seedings in Group A this time around. Joventut rise to 9 and 5, Ulm fall to 8 and 6. As their hot streak comes to an end, just their second defeat in 7, it ends a 3-game win streak. Joel Parra getting the plaudits, and rightly so. He was crucial to that huge 22-2 run in the space of 5.5 minutes that turned the game on its head. What a run he's on right now. Double-digit PIRs in 9 straight games. Over the previous 6 games before this, he was averaging 18.2 points and a 20.3 PIR. Tonight, 22 points and a 23 PIR, despite such a slow start. Ulm showing appreciation to their travelling fans, but they have to go back empty-handed after it must have felt they had one hand on the win with 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining of that third quarter before their implosion and Joventut's explosion. These fans go home happy, they usually do. 6 and 1 here on home court now. Joventut chasing down top spot again. Although they had top spot last season and still lost in the round of 16 here to Ulm, the 8th seed from the other group.
Joel, congrats for the win. What a second half, really different.
Yeah, amazing second half, no? All the team. This is ADN Badalona, ADN Peña. This is our home, and it's so important win at home.
It's important to win at home, and it's important to win an opponent as Ulm that is working really well in this stage.
Yeah, Ulm, he plays so well. Not only this game, no, he know all the games, no. He's one of the rivals of the teams, no. He wants to stay in top 4, and it's so important win 2-0 with him, with average. It's amazing win.
Thanks a lot, and congrats again.
They scored 58 points after half-time, and Joel Parra getting a huge proportion of them. He was superb. 4 of 7 from 2, 4 of 5 from 3. All 4 of those threes coming after half-time. 2 of 3 at the stripe, 7 rebounds and a steal.
Coach, a reaction from the last minutes of the third quarter and the whole last quarter has been impressive tonight.
Yeah, the effort is incredible, but today play bad, very bad. I think we'll play better than us. But in the last quarter, play with effort, play better in offense, and the key in defense, fighting every time, improving defense in the pick and roll, and win. It's an important win for us, but in the future, try to play better because if not, it's very difficult.
As you say, important win because you put Ulm on the back, because you continue winning at home, and because you are fixing more the position in the top 4.
Yeah, sure. But the most important for us is not the standings. No, in the future, in the last games, in the last 4 games, thinking the standing. But the key for us is today is only thinking in the score and play very, very bad. No, and I think in the last quarter understand the things, try to play with more effort. And when you win Ulm, it's because you play very well, because Ulm play very, very well in the last games.
Okay, thanks a lot. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Carlos Duran's team might not have shown their quality in that first half. They certainly showed their character in the second. Started to knock down shots, stuck together as a team on the defensive end. Ended up with more assists in the game than Ulm, 21 assists.
Coach, things became more difficult in the second half. Give us your comment about this difficult match.
I mean, in the last quarter, we started to play selfish. We wanted to win the game by ourselves. We didn't move the ball anymore. We couldn't get no stops. And, yeah, that was the game. They used the chance, and we gave the game from our hands.
Thanks a lot.
And the offensive imagination really dried up for Ulm down the stretch. You could see that the young team was struggling to deal with the pressure after they were soaring in the first half, up by as many as 14 in the first half, stretching that lead to 20 in the third quarter, moving the ball so well, so many contributors. Yago pulling the strings and pulling the trigger. He finished with 16 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. And then started running into cul-de-sacs down the final stretch. Joel Parra of Joventut surpassed him to take the spotlight off him. 20 of Parra's 22 points coming after half-time. He got their first basket of the third quarter. Got the one to tie it from 20 down. Got the one to give them the lead. His night to save Joventut Badalona. 82-76, the final score, from 20 down to winning it by 6. They finished with the better percentages from the field. They won the battle on the boards. I'm seeing different assist stats on my monitor. I've got 20 for Ulm, 21 for Joventut. That's after Joventut only had 5 at half-time, so 16 assists in the second half when they scored 58 points. It was a superb comeback from a team now chasing top spot in Group A. The other 3 games in Group A come tomorrow, with Bursaspor and Borg suspended until a later date after the tragic events in Turkey and Syria yesterday. Prometei, the other team at the top on 9 wins, have a chance to go out in front again. They're 9-4. Joventut up to 9-5. Ulm fall to 8-6. Really important they finish as high as possible in those seedings to get the best possible matchup in the playoffs and to get home court advantage for as long as possible into that single game knockout bracket. It's been a pleasure having your company for this one. We'll see you at the next stop on the road to greatness here in the 7 Days EuroCup.
relegation win.